Okay, as we can see, GJ has played beautifully well. Okay, it has dipped to the support level. I was anticipating it to come towards our approach. If you notice, the cycle method played out beautifully. After breaking of this low, which is bigger than the one we did for the 1 hour time frame. After breaking of this low, I just had that conviction that it was going to retest this low. And if you watch the forecast for the one on Friday, the one for Friday, I was very happy to see this slam dunk because it indicated what a more aggressive move. You see this pattern here, a bearish break, a tiny 5 o'clock candle, and a large 9 o'clock candle. It keeps repeating itself. That is one strategy that I would indicate or talk about some other time. Okay, where you see one bearish candle, the other close within it. Okay, sometimes the bottom of the candle wick of the engulfed candle will be inside. But if it closes below, your sell will be below it. This is if you're trading using the 4 hours time frame, but I don't use the 4 hours time frame. I trade using the anyway, the 4 hours time frame is like my big boys time frame. So the 1 hour time frame is strictly for my trading. It's also referred to as my trading time frame. So for the 1 hour, what I'm looking at is very, very simple. This is what I'm looking at. This is the supply zone we are presently seated. Okay, a break and close above will indicate further rally. Okay, a break and close below, give me my test one, test two, will indicate further dump to retest this low that was previously done. You could look at it this way, that this what you're seeing here is price has given us a shallow dip. This will be my test one, set one, gone up. So this is a lopsided. There is potential that if this candle closes above this level, it may not be able to dip to come too deep, then continue upwards. That is a potential. But the reason why I will not take buys below this zone from experience is that you don't want to take something from a stronger opponent. You want to wait for that opponent to be weak. Like there's this saying that you don't want to fight Mike Tyson when he's at his prime. Okay, you got to wait for even for him to be weak. But even if he's weak, I will not even face him now, even if he's 90 years old, because anyway, you know what I mean. One punch from that man could make somebody see stars and perhaps meet the ethereal plane. Okay, so this is the set one. Potential that price will give us set two, which is what I'm expecting. Set two. Then test one, test two. This is T1, T2. I know this would appear a little advanced, but this is how the structure prints out. That you see me explaining the price action very simple. It's because I've observed and noticed that market operates in fractals that repeats itself on different times or time zones, like 1 hour, 30 minutes. These are different times. So it's just like different planes of the universe. Okay, where this 1 minute is like your physical plane, 3 minutes is like your astral plane, 5 minutes is like your, you know what I mean, like your, I think after astral plane is your causal plane, then the mental plane, then the ethereal plane, then you go up to the soul planes. All of those things is like a layer, like the onion effect, a layer inside of another layer, inside of another layer. There's this plus effect. And if you're a astrologist or someone who loves the planets, you know that the Earth is just one tiny speck of a large. When you talk about Milky Way, you go from galaxy to Milky Way. Then you know that the universe is just like a tiny speck. We are different. There are so many Milky Ways, and we are just like less than the tiniest drop of water or grain of sand. So back to what I'm trying to say, the picture I'm trying to create here is that what you're seeing here is a small depiction of what could happen in a bigger time frame. So understanding this structure here, which I have made simpler using this pictorial diagram, would make you understand in case you see it on a bigger time frame. Now I feel like I have made it a little interesting. I've made it a little interesting. Yeah, I get carried away whenever I'm discussing forex. You see that price is reacting from this level. Okay, so if we get a break and close above, we anticipate more buys. If we get price breaching this low, set one, giving us deeper retracement, we anticipate what set one, set two, test two, and what price to retest this low. Don't forget that at the moment we are in this seller's territory, which is why I'm anticipating price to retest the low, which is what you will see people say, if price makes a low, it comes up and retests the low. If you are trading with Fibonacci, you will see that, okay, price is within the 70 something percent because it has gone above 50%, it has gone above the 61.8 Fibonacci level, is at the 72.3 or so percent high. So what you see that price drop low like this was because of the volume that was waiting here. But since it was Friday and towards the late hours of the day, it was not enough to continue the push. So it needs volume, it needs a lot of traders willing to take the sell for it to dump. That is for GJ. Let's look at gold quickly. Okay, for gold, what I'm trying to see here is quite simple. Gold surpassed a lot of expectations for last week. Okay, surpassed a lot of expectations for last week. So what I'm anticipating to see on gold is very simple. I want to see price breach this low, come for a retest, and kaboom, retest this low. It might just be a week, so you have to set your TP. You will not say let it reach here, then I'll close it manually. You have to set your TP because you see this level could make price react. Here, this level made price react on react. It made price to react on Friday. This other level made price to react as well. So if you were holding, thinking that price would keep dipping, look at what happened. So this is what I'm looking out for on on gold. The last but not the least is Bitcoin. Still on gold, potential buys could be on the break of this high to go up. Just the same thing that was done on British pound, Japanese yen. Then the last but not the least is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still dipping lower. Okay, so for Bitcoin, this is the 4 hours time frame and it's printing beautifully. If you watch the forecast on Friday, in fact, I suggest you go and watch the forecast on Friday. You discover that price, this was where the candle was, and there was the anticipation that it could retest the high before coming low, or it could drop low. Then, if it fails to break this support, it will do what? Retest the high. So it has done the other part, one of the two scenarios. It has dropped low. Now we want to see if it's going to retest the high. On the 4 hours time frame, we're in seller's territory, clearly seller's territory. On the 1 hour time frame, we're in a minor buyer's territory. So what I'm looking at for, what I mean by buyer's territory, this is the guy who started the buys. Look at the momentum, and I'm sure it's with volume. And once price reached there, whenever price entered the zone, it gets reacted until this moment when it was weak. However, it finally reacted from it. It has come back in the zone, but it's acting very weak right now. So if it breaks this high, I'm anticipating further buys to retest this resistance level here. Okay, this is what I'm anticipating. However, if it breaks this low, I'm anticipating what? Further sales going down. So this is what I'm looking out for on Bitcoin. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Don't forget to hit the notification button after you subscribe, comment and like. Be careful of this resistance level here. It reacted once, twice, thrice, even the fourth time. So be very careful. You can try to see how you can, but I will not advise you to touch it if you've activated. Just let the trade play out. But Bitcoin and gold, when they want to move, they move. So just be careful of this resistance level. But anything above it is clean traffic, all this chabella, in order to retest this high. So this is what I have for you on Bitcoin. Okay, okay, from Pips Collector. Peace.